Having discussed the different aspects of business plan, now I would like to discuss with you a very interesting business case. It is called Foster Hardbreads Private Limited. It was started in the Kinfra at Kakancheri Food Park to produce 3 products: bread, cake and bun. The project cost in 2002 was 142.70 lakhs, and this was to be raised by way of equity rupees 55.2 lakhs, debt 52.50 lakh, and grant rupees 25 lakhs. See, Government of India, Ministry of Food Processing, at that time used to give grant up to rupees 25 lakhs. So this enterprise, started by my friend Boban Kollanur and his friends, availed that grant also. And the working capital required for this project was to the extent of 13.20 lakhs. They had a technical collaboration with the Netherlands Management Consultancy and Central Food Technology Research Institute, Mysore. Let us look at the business opportunity they wanted to exploit. That is called the market analysis. In 1900, when the British were ruling India, the first bakery was started by a group called Spencer's at Chennai. At that time, there were around 75,000 bakery units of different size, organized small and tiny sectors, and the total turnover of the whole industry was to the tune of rupees 7,500 crores. And the industry was expected to grow to 1 lakh units from 75 units. It was expected to grow to 1 lakh units in 2 to 3 years, and to touch a turnover of 11,000 crores. And next is, the entrepreneurial team. I told you the chief promoter was Boban Kollanur. Then some NRIs who worked with Boban in Abu Dhabi, and this group was called the Foster Group. It consisted of 4 other companies: Foster Foods Private Limited, Foster Marketing Company, then Pravasi Marketing and Sales, Grand Forced Print and Pack. Foster Foods was manufacturing mainly biscuits, and Foster Marketing and Company was manufacturing confectionaries. Then the last company, Grand Forced Print and Pack, they were all small scale industries registered with the government industries department as small scale industries. Then market opportunity. Bread and bun have become an integral part of urban and rural consumers. Bread has become an essential item of breakfast. Sandwiching bread with butter, cheese, vegetables, jam, etc. has become very popular. Buns are used for burger. Cake is popular in parties. So this was the marketing opportunity this company wanted to exploit. The main raw material was wheat, and the installed capacity was 10,000 loaves of bread. That means 400 kg or 4 tons of bread will be manufactured, and 1,000 kg of cake will be manufactured. So altogether 4 tons of bread and 1 ton of cake will be manufactured, and the company will work 300 days in a year, one shift. Annual production, as I told, 1,200 tons in a year. 4 ton was 4 ton of bread per day, and 1 ton of cake per day. So altogether 1,200 tons of bread and 300 tons of cake. Competition analysis. At the time, there were 2 main manufacturers of bread. One was Modern Bread at Edappalli, Hindustan Unilever, and Elite Breads at Arur, Alappuzha district, and Asian Cakes. All these units were located in central Kerala, and the Malabar region of Kerala was not served by any of these manufacturers. So an opportunity was lying to be cashed by the entrepreneurs. They bought 50 cents of land for rupees 6 lakhs at Kinfra Park. Then factory building was built at a cost of 21.35 lakhs. Electrical installments cost rupees 2.5 lakhs. So total 29.85 lakhs for land, building and electrical fittings. Plant and machinery 23.46 lakhs. Ancillary equipments 21.85. So total fixed capital came to 125.16 lakhs rupees. I will give you the detailed breakup of the project cost. It is expressed in lakhs. Main plant 73.46 lakhs, ancillary equipments 8.85, ancillary assets 13 lakhs, land and building 29.85, preliminary and operative expenses 4.35, working capital 13.20. So I told you the project cost consists of 2 items: fixed capital, working capital, and preliminary and operating expenses. So here the working capital is 13.20 and the fixed capital is the major item, and the total is 142.70, and this total project cost was funded by equity 55.20, then term loan almost equal 50 lakhs, grant 25 lakhs, margin money loan 2.5 lakhs, then they took a working capital loan also 10. Term loan is taken for fixed assets and the working capital loan is taken for the current assets. So altogether it's a very, at that time the project cost was very small, only 1.42 crores. Then in the project report or the business plan, they had given an implementation schedule. So the whole project was to be completed in 5.5 months or 165 days. Building construction took 60 days. Then tie-up with the utility suppliers, it took 45 days. So both will be completed in 90 days. Then planning, order for machinery. So it will be completed in 90 days altogether. Then receipt and installation of machinery, it will take 15 days. Then trial production, by 150 days the trial production will be completed. Trial production will take total 30 days. Commercial production can be started in the next 15 days. So altogether it will take only 165 days or 5.5 months altogether. Then they had an HR plan. Direct labor, production manager 1, supervisor 2, electrician 1, mechanic 1, packing girls 8, unskilled laborers 20. So altogether 33 direct laborers, and the labor cost was 5.16 lakhs in the first year, and in the 7th year it will become 10.11. Administrative staff, general manager 1, then receptionist cum clerk 3, accountant 1, storekeeper 1, dispatch clerk 1, sales executives 7, sales helpers 7, 2 drivers, security 2, 25. So total they required a manpower of 58, and the administrative staff cost was 7.13 lakhs in the first year, and it reached 13.95 lakhs in the 7th year. It required raw materials consumption of various raw materials: wheat flour, sugar, margarine, salt, leavening agents, milk. The major raw materials required for were wheat flour, sugar, margarine, and milk. So in the first year, the total raw material consumption was 177.97 lakhs, and in the 7th year 340.01 lakh. And in the first year, they had a sales of 278.48 lakhs. Then cost of production was 250.13, made a gross profit of 28.35 lakhs. Then profit before tax of 3.72 lakhs. Then tax 1.30, and a profit after tax of 2.42 lakhs. Cash from operations 21.08. Though the profit after tax was 2.42 lakhs, the company was able to make a cash from operations of 21.08. Okay. Then I told you have to show the break-even sales also. Break-even sales, in order to calculate the break-even sales, you have to divide the total expenses into fixed cost and variable cost. And the fixed cost was 40.06 lakhs, variable cost was 234.71 lakhs, and the contribution was 43.78 lakh. PV ratio was calculated by dividing contribution by sales. So the contribution was 15.72. For every 100 rupees, the company got a contribution of 15.72%. 72 rupees. Break-even sales is calculated by dividing the fixed cost by the contribution, that is 40.06 lakhs divided by 15.72%, and the break-even sales was 254.81. Okay. Then, in order to find out the feasibility of the project, you have to do two more things. One is you have to calculate the return on investment. Return on investment is calculated by dividing the net profit after taxes by the total investment. And again, there is one more beautiful analysis to find out the feasibility of the project is to find out the net present value of the project. So in order to find out the net present value, what you have to do is you have to find out the present value of the cash from operations received over the life period of the project. The project may be having a life of 5 years or 10 years, so you have to take into consideration the cash from operations for 5 years or 7 years and bring it and find out the present value of the cash from operations and compare it with the cost of the project. So if the project cost 10 crores rupees and if the cash from operations or the return from the operations are spread over 10 years, then you have to find the present value by discounting the cash from operations using a discount rate, which is normally the borrowing rate or the cost of capital. So if you are borrowing term loan or you are borrowing working capital loan at a rate of 10% or 12%, say you will be making a profit only when you will be having a return more than 10% or 12%, which is the discount rate. Okay, so that is called the calculation of the NPV or net present value. So if you need a session on how to calculate the cash from operations and how to calculate the net present value and internal rate of return, we can have in another session. So thank you very much.